So now that we've talked about shutdowns, let's talk about why we have them and why we are not in a position to open in any significant way. We're not doing enough testing. Some of the tests don't have a quick enough turnaround time, and we don't have a proper contact tracing infrastructure. And I know that this may be boring stuff, but I think it's important to go through so that it's not a mystery to anybody. We are not unable to open because governors are authoritarian dictators. That's not why. When we see other countries starting to open up, and yet here we have so many health experts say we're just not anywhere close to ready. The reason is that the Trump administration hasn't built a proper testing system or a proper contact tracing system, despite constantly bragging that we have the best tests and the most tests and all of this stuff. So let's explore it. Why do we need more tests to open? We have about 1 million official cases right now, a little more than that, closing in on 1.1 million. Every antibody test that's been done so far suggests that the real rate of cases is at least 3 times the official rate, maybe as many as 20 or 30 times the official rate. So what that means is we're only testing a fraction of the people who have the virus. This means you have likely millions of people who don't know that they have it, who are going around spreading it, especially the asymptomatic people. If we were testing at really high levels, you could ensure that everyone who has any symptoms at minimum could get tested and know if they have it. If the turnaround of the tests was uniformly faster, people could learn more quickly that they have it and immediately quarantine, as opposed to maybe quarantining, maybe saying, I don't know that I have it, I'm going to keep walking around. And if you had proper contact tracing infrastructure, you could immediately contact the individuals that had been potentially exposed by every new case and say, hey, your friend, your coworker, whatever, has been exposed, has tested positive. You now need to isolate for 14 days. This is what South Korea did, and they had their first case on the same day that we did. Now, what is the truth about testing levels? Because there's a lot of disinformation here. Dr. Fauci has said we need to be testing at roughly 3 to 4 million tests per week to realistically think about opening. So in the last 7 days, we have tested 1.5 million people. That's an average of 222,000 people per day. This is better than early April, no doubt. In the first 7 days of April, we averaged 143,000 tests a day. In the last week, we've averaged 222,000. It's an improvement of about 50%. But it's been an entire month. They said by the end of March, we would have tested tens of millions of people. That date came and went. And we are still only testing about 220,000 a day. So as a bare minimum, as an absolute bare minimum, we have to test 500,000 people per day reliably, which is more than twice where we are right now. There are public health experts who say we really need 1 million tests a day. There is one model that says we need 20 million tests per day, which is, that's science fiction at this point, particularly until you have an antigen test. Right now we have RNA tests. Until you have antigen tests, it would be very difficult, really impossible to test at that level. So instead of actually increasing testing, Donald Trump spends his time bragging and lying. Even this morning, Donald Trump tweeted, quote, "We are doing far more and better testing than any other country in the world, and yet the media does nothing but complain. No matter how good a job is done, the same as with the ventilators, they will never say we are doing a great job. They will only viciously gripe." The data is public. If you look at the top testing per capita, the United States is 43rd in the world in testing per capita. We're behind Belgium, but we're ahead of Belarus. Now, some people say you can't really compare the US to the Faroe Islands. You have to eliminate the tiny countries from that list. Well, okay, if you concede that, the US as a country is 27th in the world among reasonably sized countries. So we are nowhere near the top. The numbers are public. If you're out there complaining about my state isn't open, my governor is a dictator, or whatever, just look at testing. If Trump spent half the time that he spends bragging about testing, actually working to increase tests, we could be testing 500,000 a day by now. We could be testing 750,000 a day by now. And we could be having more reasonable conversations about actually opening up. This is why we are not ready to open in any significant way at this point in time. Let me know your thoughts. I'm on Twitter at @Pakman. Our sponsor, NordVPN, is giving you 70% off a 3-year plan, which is just a little over $3 a month. And you will get an extra month free when you go to nordvpn.com/David Pakman, or just go to their website and use the coupon code David Pakman. By this point in time, if you're not using a VPN when you're on the internet, you are putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. NordVPN keeps your IP address hidden when you're browsing online, keeps your personal data safe from hackers, prevents websites from following you around the internet, and you can even use it on your phone. There are many different VPN options out there, but NordVPN is the one I trust because they don't log your internet history. They use military-grade encryption, and they encrypt your data twice to double the anonymity. NordVPN is giving you 70% off a 3-year plan that's just over $3 a month, plus an extra month free when you go to nordvpn.com/David Pakman. I've put a link right underneath the video, or just go to their website and use the coupon code David Pakman.